Eric Peterson with Arborist here. Today's weekly business tip, we're going to talk about managing the open proposals that you have. Now look, every successful sales arborist will not close every single piece of business that they present right in that moment. In fact, the majority of the projects that are actually closed or won don't happen or don't get closed until days or maybe weeks after the initial presentation. So how do you stay in communication? How do you stay in contact with that open prospect is vital to increasing your close rate. So in this article, we just have a few tips for you to think of in your sales process on how to follow up and manage those open proposals. The very first one is not really that much of a tip, but it's very easy, setting an expectation of what you're going to do to follow up. Now, everyone likes to understand how the sales process works, how the service works when the work is being done and all that, but you should let them know as a sales arborist, how are you going to follow up with them? When are they going to expect something from you? It just starts building that trust. It builds the trust as long as you do what you say you're going to do. So set an expectation with the customer and then stick to it. That way you're going to build that trust from the beginning. The second tip here is kind of right at the same time, is that immediate confirmation. If you're hand delivering the proposal, it's obvious. Here it is. Here's our proposal. Do you have any questions? Who else needs to talk about this with you? Right there, you can ask that question. If you're emailing the proposal, I really strongly suggest just sending a quick phone call to the prospect. We all know that most people don't answer their phone these days, so it's probably going to be a voicemail just saying, hey, so-and-so, I just sent you an email with the proposal. Please make sure you got it. If you can email me back confirmation that you did receive it, that would be wonderful. Sometimes it gets stuck in your junk folder. I just want to make sure you have it. And then you let them know when you're available to follow up with them with any questions. Immediate confirmation is huge. The third tip is maybe a little more technical, but it's using the technology that you have and the team that you have. If you're a larger company, you probably already have some kind of automated email marketing or automated system with your CRM through Arbor Gold or Single Ops. If you have a separate marketing department, please make sure you get the marketing department together to explain what the functionality of your automation is with the salespeople, so the salespeople can then make recommendations to the marketing team on how you can use it in the sales management process. I don't think many tree care companies are using technology in the sales management or the follow-up process as much as they could. So get those two teams together talking. Now, if you're a smaller company, you still might have some technology that's great, but you might be the same person between the marketing and the sales. That's totally fine too. Just make sure that you are thinking about how you can use technology to help streamline it out. If you're a smaller company, it's probably even more important to spend some time and actually figure this out so you can be more efficient and do the things that you need to do because you're wearing multiple hats. The internal follow-up is one of our other tips here. And internal follow-up and being organized with that is so critical. So many salespeople, regardless of the industry, just get lost in their open follow-up and not know where they are with things. So certainly if you have the CRM, use it. There's every system has a different way to set a task or a follow-up or a suspense or whatever open case. There's a lot of different names for what they might be called, but essentially a reminder to the person that made the note to themselves to do something. The key with this is you actually need to use the software. You need to start embracing it and just doing it. It might be clunky at first, but there's no way you're going to get through it and be organized if you don't start using it. So just jump in, commit to it, do it, you'll see better results. If you don't have that software, go just use a Google Sheet so you can list the prospects that are open and keep yourself organized that way. Google Drive then that sheet can be shared with others if you need to. Another tip is using testimonials. Using the happy customer's words directly in that sales process is huge. If you're a new salesperson, you don't have testimonials of your own, get some from the rest of your team. Find similar type projects, and hopefully the testimonial says, we love the service that this tree service provided. They safely removed the tree in the backyard, and if it's a removal that you're presenting, use that for there. If you're using the same service with what you're selling, it just connects the dots even more than a generic testimonial. So use that. It's even better if you can get them on little postcards and you mail those out with a little handwritten note if it's a lengthy open proposal time. The last thing that is really kind of part of this expectation, but it's an expiration date. Set an expiration date. Make it known that this proposal that I'm giving you expires in 30 days, in 2 months, in 90 days, whatever it is. We all know prices change, and the amount that you need to charge for your service is going to change. You don't know what it's going to be in 6 months, but you know there's going to be factors outside of the control of your business that are going to play into that. Set an expiration date, because you don't want to get caught on that awkward spot where a proposal comes back from last year expecting you to do the work at the price that you gave at that point, when there's other factors, fuel costs and labor costs and whatever it is, that have changed since then. So those are my tips on how to continue to follow up with open prospects. If you have any questions or struggling with this, certainly reach out to an arborist team member. We can get you set up with a sales and marketing package. It's a great way to work one-on-one with you directly on building your sales process, helping you get an effective follow-up process from the sales side. So please, again, remember, be safe out there, and we'll talk to you soon.